Hello folks, we are camped. We are just south of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park on the other side of Fontana Lake at a little campground along the lake. And I'm not going to tell you the name of it because it's first come, first serve, it's no reservations, and it's usually half empty. So I want to keep it that way. Sali was the Indian chief of the Cherokee that refused to leave the Great Smoky Mountains when they tried to march them all out to Oklahoma. And him and a band of Native Americans, Cherokee Indians, evaded capture for quite a long time until the government finally gave them a treaty to stay in the area and have land, and that's the small reservation on the outside of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. But they did capture Sali and hang him or execute him in one way or another. But he was the leader, and there's quite a few things around here named after him and a couple of plaques and things. But this is the TSali Camp Road, and it's a campsite that has, I think, we're on one loop that has, we're on a loop with 19 sites, and they're all similar to my site behind me. And then there's another loop that I think is a figure 8, and it has a bigger bathroom. Ours is a 1 4-stall, 2 bathrooms, 2 shower things where, you know, you have an individual room for whatever. And it's a really nice campground. I love it. They have drinking water, no hookups, and they do have hot showers, and they're on the lake, the Fontana Lake, so that you can boat, fish, hike around. There's lots of hiking trails. They're famous for their horse and biking trails. They have, I think, almost 200 miles of horse and biking trail loops. They call them North Loop, South Loop, figure 8 loop. There's 4 loops, and they're all about 12 to 18 miles. And so every other day they're allowed to go biking or horseback riding, and we'll go over to the area where you do that, and I think that's $5 to run. And except if you're camping here, of course, it's free. But if you just want to come for that, because a lot of people camp other places, there's free campsites. In fact, just up the road, Slim Potato Head is camping at a free site on another lake. So we're good to see. We're going to try to see him on the next video. But we got the camper set up, the solar's working, we're all set. Akila has found some firewood already and brought it up to the fireplace and chewed at all the bits. So maybe we'll have a fire tonight. But the wind is going at about 50 miles an hour. It's amazing wind. We are down in a nice little gully, so there's no wind down here, but the trees are bending and there's a lot of wind above. So stay tuned. We'll take you for a hike and a walk and see what other campers are on site. All right, see you in a minute. More for my future plans and for you guys, but this is a really nice site in the woods. No one nearby. Site 24. However, right next to it is site 23, but it's pretty much the same. But it's right next to the bathroom. This is the other side, and look at this. This idiot has got us caught around some kind of a thing on the a nut on the garbage stand. You're not helping, buddy. Go around. Go around. Go. Go. Killa? No. The other way. And this is the other loop campsite. I guess it's just a loop. I thought it was a figure 8, but it's more like a kidney bean. But there's lots of nice sites here. It seems that it's more tenting than RVs. I see a lot of tents. I see 2 RVs is all. And the driveways are slanted off kilter, and they go to a tent pad that's up in the air. So mostly tent pads, but still beautiful campground. And we're going to take the trail to the lake. and see what the brat does in the water. Alright, we've left the campground and we're on a trail all alone. There's nobody out here, so I let him free. Ooh, look at those. I love coming up on flowers. You sneak up on them before they can get away. But look at the wind blow them around. I think those are fire azaleas. Is that what those are? Those bright orange azaleas? Because I think this is normally lake right here. And we're not near the beach. Look at all these beautiful bluettes, or whatever they're called, in the grass. It's just like a little carpet of blue and purple. Well, he found the water, he didn't care. I don't think I'm gonna cross here. Let's cross over here. I don't think we can cross anywhere, actually. Yeah, easy for you to do. Well, he has found his love. This is pretty neat. This is obviously an old floodplain from the lake, and the lake is just down a lot. So we have this beautiful thing with all these beautiful flowers. I don't know what these are. These are pretty. Hold still so we can focus on you. Well, we finally caught up to the right trail. It goes alongside the lake for a while and then curves in. Much better trail than we were walking on, I guess. It's still a lot of pretty flowers. Some kind of iris, I believe. Those are a little tiny. Look how small those are. I'd like those in my garden. Oh. Looks like a biking trail. He might be on one of the biking trails. This might be a mistake. The biking trails are 12, 15 miles. Oh, there's some more. What a bunch. And there are some darker ones behind them. I think they're the same thing, but just a little darker because they're a little more shade maybe. But there's a whole pack of them here. All these trees. Yes, it would appear we are on the left loop trail, bicycle trail. We broke out our GaiaGPS, which does a really bad job. But we're on the bicycle trails, which are quite long, and we don't really, so we've actually shortened them up, turned around and went another way, see if we could get back to camp without doing more than 10 miles. See, he's huffing and puffing. It's not me, it's all him. So we'll meet you when we get somewhere interesting. All right, try to keep up. See you in a minute. Here we finally come to the parking area for bikers and horseback riders, and it's really pretty nice. Where were we? We were somewhere out here. No, left loop. We were out here. And there's the distances on them. So we didn't want to do that whole left loop 8.5 miles. And that's just to where it connects with the other trails. Then you've got the county line road, which is 2 miles. But all these nice trails and pretty nice parking, garbage. And it is supposed to be, oh, it's $2. $2. That's not bad at all. And passes are honored here, so it's free for old people like me. This twin bed really isn't designed for people and dog. But believe it or not, I think he's afraid of the whippoorwill. And I kind of like that he's keeping my feet warm. Good morning, folks. We're having kind of a quick breakfast this morning. It's still a little dark, but I think the camera will take care of that. We're just gonna do my rendition of a egg McMuffin. These are Bay's English muffins. They're not Thomas's. I hate Thomas's English muffins. There's hardly any muffin to them. They're all holes. I like everything kind of warmed up. Here's put the ham on there. Warm that up a little bit. Fingers. I hear the hot beverage calling. Flip this. We flip the egg, so now the egg gets cheese. You're not really standing in a good enough spot to see it. This is in your way, huh? You can see it on the plate. But here's the egg on the egg muffin and the slightly buttered English muffin. And when I go inside and put some salt and pepper on it, and it's breakfast. Then I got to clean up the trailer a little bit. Somebody was really good. He slept on my bed all night, so you make any mess at all except on my bed. Better than McDonald's because it's got actually like 4 or 5 pieces of ham and the cheese I like, not that slice of fat, that slice of lard they give you. Oh, excellent. We'll be right back. All right, we're just looking at the map and seeing where we're going. You don't use these maps. These are the National Geographic maps, and these are just super because they're only on recreation areas that are, you know, got a lot of stuff on them. So we are way over here, and this blue line up here is the Smoky Mountains National Park boundary. So we're just below Smoky Mountains. And this is I call it TSali. It's Sali's recreation area, and all these red lines are bicycle routes and horse trails and stuff. But we're going to travel over here, and this here is the tail of the dragon, they call it. It's 113 curves in 11 miles, I think, and it's pretty impressive. Or maybe it's 13 curves in 111 miles. Anyways, they call it the tail of the dragon, and it's a motorcycle route that goes all the way around and then back up and down. But it's all beautiful, curvy, scenic roads. But we're going to come over here and go over here, and this is Chio Point. I stayed here a couple of, maybe last fall, and checked it out. Checked out some of the camping in the area. Around these lakes and in these wilderness areas, on the edges of the wilderness areas, are tons and tons of free campsites. So we're going to go over and explore over there, see what's camping over there, see how busy it is over there. You never know what you're going to find. But that's just midday running around and exploring. And then this is the east side of the map. If we flip the map over to the west side, this is the lake. This is the lake that we were exploring before. At noon we're going to be over there, and that's this is the Joyce Kilmer wilderness area. So it's wilderness. You can't have any motor vehicles or bikes or drones or anything in there. But there's the Joyce Kilmer Memorial Park right there, and that's where all the great big trees are. We're going to see if we can get the drone up and look at the tops of those trees. Somebody told me they're all broken off. So I want to see if that's true, but all this is different campsites, different real cheap places and nice. And this is the Cherohala Skyway, and it's a beautiful road. This orange road is the Skyway, and we're going to take that, and this is Tennessee, North Carolina border, and down this road is the North River Road. There's all sorts of places here to camp free, but we've actually got reservations up here. This is called the Indian Boundary Area. This is the Indian Boundary Area on the Skyway, and it's a regular campground with electricity and everything. We're going to camp there for a couple days and explore. This is the Citico Creek Wilderness, and there's a road that runs all the way around it, and it has tons and tons of dispersed campsites on it along this beautiful river. And I did a video on that a couple years ago, and we went skinny dipping in the river and everything. It was a lot of fun. And this is over here, way over here is Tellico Plains, where we'll find resupply and check out the Tellico River area, and we're just going to explore all this area around in here. All right, so that's the plan for the day. Let's pack up and get on the road. Oh, by the way, if you have GaiaGPS on your tablet or phone, these maps are part of the full subscription, and Gaia is pretty expensive, but the nice thing is you can zoom in a lot better and the things actually show. Now you have to save these maps because Gaia has to be connected, and if it's not connected, you don't get anything. Now I've saved them so that I've got the parts I want, and this is the this is actually the Trans-American Transverse Trail. This is the route. I've saved this on here in case I want to explore that while I'm here, but this is where we're going, way up here at Indian Boundary, and it takes a minute. My tablet's slow, it's old, but it'll also tell you where you are. I mean, you know, you hit the little button up here and it'll tell you that you're you know, your exact location on the map, which is really helpful. If you're totally lost, it's really helpful. But that's where we're going, Indian Boundary, and this is the Skyway, and like I say, it's kind of a pain to get it to refresh, but see, it clears up. But that's for those of you who want to have decent navigation abilities. I really like the GPS encoded maps, and I don't use Gaia very often. I really like Avenza much better, and the reason I like Avenza is you buy the map and you put it in the computer and it's here. And like I've got the North Carolina Gazetteer, which if you know what gazetteers are, it's like an atlas of the whole state and every road. Come on, get up there. And all you have to do is open the Gazetteer and it brings you to a map, and again you can zoom in, figure out where you are and everything like that. But there's a little button down here that you push and it says where am I, and instantly it brings you to where you are. And this is really nice. Now these are the only problem with these maps is they're one page at a time but when you move to another page it brings up the other page, so it flicks the pages pretty good for you. And this is where we're going, Lake Sanatili or whatever it is and all these points around here. And again, it shows you where the campgrounds are and the Joyce Kilmer and all that. But I like Avenza better because it's not a subscription. Actually, it may be a subscription now. It wasn't a subscription when I first got it, but if you want the maps to update, like I've got a whole pile of maps in here. If you want the maps to update, when they get updated, you have to subscribe, and I think it's $20, $19.99 a year, something like that. But it's pretty cheap for the amount of travel I do. It's real cheap. GaiaGPS is quite a bit more. I think it's $80 or something. You can get it half price by going to Lifestyle Overland. If you've ever watched Lifestyle Overland on YouTube, He has a link that gives him a 50% discount, which is nice, which is how I got it. Avenza and GaiaGPS are the best map programs. You just got to get maps that are digitally GPS located, so it's real nice. All right, back in the car. It's always a little slower behind a dump truck in the mountains.